Right now at noon, Carl Junction Intermediate School shines bright with superstar spirit in anticipation of the Chiefs' Super Bowl appearance.
And we've got ourselves another warm day across the area. How long is this going to last? Well, we'll take a look at that forecast for you coming up.
Plus, police body cam captures hilarious encounter as officers discover a mischievous squirrel in a residence.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Good afternoon, and thank you for joining us on KOAM News at Noon. I'm Caitlin O'Shaughnessy. In today's top story, a Joplin school bus catches fire with students on board. Investigators tell us 15 to 20 kids were on the bus when a fire started in the engine compartment of the bus around 3 p.m. yesterday afternoon. That was on South Range Line just off I-44. All of the kids and the driver managed to get off safely. Police, fire, and ambulance workers from Joplin and Newton County all responded to the 911 call. And authorities have arrested 2 suspects in a weekend shooting death in Coffeyville, Kansas. Police are seeking second-degree murder charges against 28-year-old Michael McGinnis Jr. of Liberty, Kansas, and 50-year-old William McGinnis of South Coffeyville, Oklahoma. They're under arrest for the shooting of 39-year-old Raymond DeMont of Coffeyville, Kansas, at their home on Saturday night. Burnett has since died at the hospital, and authorities have not yet released any more details. An Independence, Kansas man will head back to court next week for a hearing in an attempted murder case. 46-year-old Jesse Lewis is charged with attempted first-degree murder in the stabbing of Mary Lou Vanoster. Authorities say it happened on January 30th. Lewis is also charged with fleeing from law enforcement, interference with a law enforcement officer, criminal threat, and theft.
And we've got ourselves a relatively decent day once again across the area, but as we mentioned, clouds will start to increase, and here they come. So some of us already mostly cloudy, others not quite there yet, but these clouds will continue to increase, all associated with this mess that's still been hampering the Los Angeles area in Southern California, where they continue to deal with some of these strong storms that are out that way. Now that will eventually translate into rain for us, but not yet. MoDOT camera 20th and Range Line in Joplin. At least right now you can see ample sunshine, but we are starting to see a few high clouds out there as all of these continue to roll into the area. This is of course our camera on top of the Cornell complex in downtown. Yesterday, this sometimes does that. We started the day though a little above average. We made it 9 degrees above average. Not quite a record, but still not where we should be. As for right now, it is 56 in Joplin, 54 in Pittsburgh, and around the region we're warming up nicely. We've got some upper 40s. Most of us though starting to get in the low to mid 50s ahead of a nice warm day. The winds are going to increase. Rain chances are on the way as well. We'll take a look at all that in the full forecast here in just a few more minutes. Caitlin?
All right, thanks, Chris. And 3 VA clinics in the area will be closing as the VA Eastern Kansas healthcare system announced a new community-based outpatient clinic. Fort Scott, Garnett, and Chanute Clinic patients are being encouraged to transfer their care to the new VA clinic location in Iola, Kansas. More than 850 veterans will be impacted by the changes. The Iola VA is expected to open in spring of 2024. You can watch the complete interview with the VA officers at our website at KOAMnewsnow.com. There you can also find details about the in-person information sessions that we'll be offering this week in Garnett, Chanute, Iola, and Fort Scott. And at the Carl Junction Intermediate School, students got to dress up as their favorite superstars, Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift. In a vibrant celebration of their hometown team, the Kansas City Chiefs students at Carl Junction Intermediate School took their school spirit to new heights during Spirit Week. Embracing the theme of favorite superstars, the school was adorned with a kaleidoscope of costumes as students transformed into their beloved icons. Among the sea of enthusiastic faces, it was not uncommon to spot miniaturized versions of Travis Kelce, the star tight end of the Chiefs, and Taylor Swift, the internationally renowned pop sensation. From Kelce's signature Chiefs jersey to Swift's iconic stage outfits, each ensemble radiated the passion and fervor synonymous with the occasion. And hilarious body cam footage from Liberty, Missouri police officers show them encountering an intruder, and things got a little squirrely. On January 27th, Liberty police officers were dispatched to an intrusion alarm at a local residence. As per police protocol, officers requested to clear the air, meaning no talking on the radio for a short time as they entered the structure. The body cam video shows 2 officers with guns drawn going down a hall inside the house. Noises could be heard coming from inside of the home, and the rest is history.
Let's go. We'll just start clearing room by room. Oh, it's right there. It's a squirrel. They can disregard. I just saw it. Tone, now you can disregard the help. We got a squirrel in the house.
Close the door, close the door.
Son of a... That's crazy. Ah.
Can we clear the air?
Yes, you can clear the air.
We got a squirrel in the house. Copy, a squirrel in the house. Got the air clear. Yeah, get away. Close the door, close the door.
The tale of the squirrel in the house would become legendary within the precinct, and though the officers returned to their normal protocol, there's a new foreign camaraderie between them forged in the shared absurdity of their encounter with the furry intruder. And that's a look at today's top stories and weather in the 4 states region. Up next on KOAM News at Noon, we take a look back at the life and legacy of Toby Keith after the announcement of his death shocks country music fans around the world. And later, we're making lemon pepper chicken wings in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen. Stay tuned. And a shocking ruling at Trump's appeals court today. Skylar Henry has more.
The D.C. Court of Appeals rejected former President Trump's claims he's immune from prosecution for his actions while in the White House and leading up to the Capitol riots on January 6, 2021. The 3-judge panel noted the unusual nature of Trump's assertion in court last month.
I think it's paradoxical to say that his constitutional duty to take care that the laws be faithfully executed allows him to violate criminal laws.
Tuesday, the panel put that on paper in a 57-page ruling.
What they're saying is that criminal cases are different. Yes, we have concluded that when it comes to civil cases and official acts, presidents do enjoy absolute immunity. Criminal cases are different. Criminal investigations are different. We have to be allowed to let those proceed.
Trump's campaign responded, saying President Trump respectfully disagrees with the D.C. Circuit's decision and will appeal it in order to safeguard the presidency and the Constitution. The wait for this ruling pushed back the federal election interference trial against the former president. It had been scheduled to get underway in less than a month. The appeals court has given Trump a few weeks to go to the full D.C. Circuit Court for review, and he could take his case to the Supreme Court.
I see no way that the Supreme Court does anything other than what this 3-judge panel did here, if they even decide to take up the case.
All of this is making it harder and harder for the current GOP presidential frontrunner to avoid going to trial as voters weigh their options for the November ballots. Skylar Henry, CBS News, Washington.
And country music star Toby Keith has died at the age of 62. We take a look back at his life and legacy.
I should have been a cowboy. Toby Keith skyrocketed to stardom with his 1993 platinum debut album featuring Should Have Been a Cowboy. His songs hit familiar themes like heartbreak and love for country. Made in America. His father's death in a car accident and the September 11 terror attacks inspired Keith to write Courtesy of the Red, White, and Blue. The song sparked both praise and criticism.
All of the extreme left was hating on it, and all extreme right on it was using me as their poster child.
Keith played USO tours for American troops in the Middle East and performed at Donald Trump's pre-inauguration concert at the Lincoln Memorial in 2017. The country star was inducted into the Songwriters Hall of Fame in 2015.
And we outworked everybody, man. I just stayed on the grind, put an album out every year and had hits.
In his youth, the Oklahoma native enjoyed live music at his grandmother's supper club. Later, he set out for Nashville, looking for his big break.
You give me a great idea and I'll write you a great song.
He eventually sold more than 40 million albums and had 20 #1 hits on the Billboard Country Song charts. In 2022, Keith revealed he was undergoing treatment for cancer. He said he wouldn't play upcoming gigs because he needed time to breathe, recover, and relax. Michael George, CBS News.
Still to come on KOAM News at Noon, we see what's cooking with Mr. Food.
No game day bash is complete without what we're making today. Just make sure you have plenty of extra napkins on hand.
But first, we are taking a look at our forecast. It's going to get windy, and we're going to see at least some shower chances. We'll take a look at that when we come back. Welcome back to the KOAM News at Noon on another very spring-like day out there. Bear in mind, our average highs are supposed to be in the low to mid 40s. Not near that once again today as temperatures continue to rise. This is a live look at the MoDOT camera, 20th and Range Line in Joplin. Lots of folks out for their lunchtime, or maybe just they're out shopping. We've discussed this when, they're out, and that's what counts, is they're out on the roadways. And it's a beautiful day to be out. Perhaps maybe you got the day off from work, or you got sick right at lunchtime and needed to go home on this gorgeous day. I wouldn't blame you. We've got a nice shot here, too, from our camera on top of the Cornell Complex, downtown Joplin. Winds relatively calm, but this is going to change, and we're seeing those clouds continue to increase across the area. And there's another view of those clouds from our camera at 7th and Range Line. 56 in Joplin right now, what we call partly cloudy skies. South breeze at about 6 miles an hour. Of course, all that fog from this morning is gone. And take a look at these temperatures. With the exception of Yates Center at 49, everybody else in the low to mid 50s, even upper 50s, the further south you go. So another absolutely beautiful day across the area. So we are looking at highs topping out upper 50s, low 60s. And as we mentioned, the clouds will be gradually increasing as we head through the afternoon and into the evening and overnight. And that south breeze 5 to 10. Tonight, we're going to be cloudy. And thanks to the thermal blanket from those clouds, our lows are going to be a bit milder than where they have been, going back into the low 40s. And again, as we mentioned, that's where our average highs should be. Our average lows about 20 degrees colder than that. Southeast breeze 5 to 10. Then we head into our Wednesday and things begin to change. We're looking at cloudy skies throughout our Wednesday. Warmer though, a lot more lower 60s expected out there. And that south breeze 10 to 15, gusts 25, potentially upwards of 30 miles an hour for us on our Wednesday. And that will start relatively early. This is something that's not going to wait until the afternoon and suddenly kick in on us. It's going to start to build toward the morning hours tomorrow. And as we go through the afternoon, this is again a southerly breeze. So if you're traveling on any east-west highways in the area, you're going to want to be aware of these gusts pushing potentially 30 miles an hour. Then we go overnight and into early Thursday morning. No south winds really pick up. We are looking at gusts peaking potentially at about 45 miles an hour. Now, I know this says a little higher, but we're looking about average gusts from the south still at around 45 miles an hour, and they do not really let up as we go through the day on our Thursday across the area. On top of that, we're going to have those rain chances starting about the same time. So we're going to have scattered showers right about the time the KOAM Morning News gets underway at 5. Those will be gone by the afternoon, and not everybody may see rain. A few spots may stay dry with these scattered showers across the area. And then we're going to have another pretty decent day on Friday. So low 60s again tomorrow. We're talking mid, maybe even upper 60s for our Thursday. Low to mid 60s Friday. The sun returns. A little cooler Saturday, but still above average. And then we get some additional rain chances Sunday. And that does knock our temperatures down to a cold level, but that's average for us. We'll warm back up Tuesday and Wednesday of next week and have another little cold spell as we go Wednesday night into Thursday. But all in all, not a bad forecast for February at all.
We'll take it, Chris.
Yes,
Thank
we
you.
certainly will.
All right. We'll stick around because we're making lemon pepper chicken wings in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen. We'll be right back. It's time to check in with Howard in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen. No game day bash is complete without a platter stacked high with chicken wings. And this recipe for lemon pepper chicken wings is a flavor-packed winner. Take a look.
With the big game less than a week away, you're probably thinking, what should I make this year that'll be a big winner? Well, we can't think of anything better than chicken wings. And not just your run-of-the-mill wings, but ones that are packed with flavor and are baked rather than fried. We start by drying our wings really well with some paper towels. And if you're using frozen wings rather than fresh ones, which I think is the best way to go, make sure you thaw them first. Okay, we toss these with some olive oil mixed with some fresh minced garlic and a touch of salt. Then onto a couple of rimmed baking sheets they'll go before popping them in the oven. While they're roasting, we mix together some melted butter, lemon juice, a bit of lemon zest, and a good amount of coarsely ground black pepper. Once they come out, we'll toss them with our lemon pepper sauce and they're good to go. And whether you serve them before the game or during halftime, I know these will be a hit. I mean, between the roasting of the wings and coating them with a to-die-for sauce, you can't miss. I do hope you'll go online and get the recipe for our lemon pepper chicken wings so you can score big no matter which team you're rooting for. I'm Howard in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen, where today we found a super game day way for you to say, ooh, it's so good.
And to find this recipe along with many others, just head over to our website at KOAMnewsnow.com and click on Mr. Food. Now here's a look at our 4th state market prices.